Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melder Production, and today I'm going to do another one on MDrummer, specifically on percussion. Someone asked me recently how you could kind of work percussion inside MDrummer and use it just for percussion or mixed percussion and other drums, and I'm going to show you. Basically, there's kind of two ways you can do this. One is by using two instances of MDrummer, using one for just your drums and the other one for percussion. But you can actually mix them both together inside MDrummer fairly easily, and I'll kind of show you how to do that. I'll also try to show you some other tips and tricks that maybe you didn't know, at least hopefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this Studio 2008 acoustic. It's very basic. It sounds like this. Okay, so something that you might be wondering is, if I have a MIDI controller, how do I kind of work this? So if you have let's say a keyboard, for example, you can just use MIDI to play this. But if I play the note C on my keyboard like this, let's see what happens. So what this is doing is this is actually triggering a MIDI loop here. So if we look in the rhythm editor, when I play it, you'll see one of these light up. So what's happening is it's just triggering this beat. Sometimes that's cool, but sometimes you're probably thinking like, hey, I don't want to trigger the beat. I just want to, drum in everything myself. So how do I do that? So what you can do is go here into your MIDI input and make sure you're on MIDI channel 10. So now it's like source channel, which is channel 1, but let's switch it to channel 10. And then if I play a note, so you can hear I can play all the drums individually. So if that's what you want to do, you can do that. And of course, you can do this and have the, let's say, loops playing at the same time. So if you think like, oh, you know what, I just want to add in a little crash cymbal there, you can play that on your keyboard and even add that into your MIDI timeline or MIDI files there. So just make sure the note you want is on channel 10 and it'll play that note while the loop is playing. So you can kind of combine that together. Also, if I move it back here to the source channel, so now it's triggering the loop again. Like that. If I don't want to go through all this stuff with my MIDI controller, an easier way to do this is just change this to drum pad mode. So if you look here above the rhythms, drum pad mode, boom. And so now I can not only click on them, but my MIDI notes are playing this. And you can see which note triggers which drum. Like that, fairly easily. And I don't need to switch to channel 10. Any channel will do here. So if you just want to control them like that, you can. Something else they asked was, how do I change the notes? So if I think I don't want my bass drum on C2. What I can do is go there. I have my bass drum here. If you can't find it and you're like, where is this? I select on MIDI. There, it takes you directly there and it'll choose my bass drum for me. Cool. Actually, let me make sure I have the limiter on here. I don't want to blow out your ears. I have this here. We're going to look in the advanced setting here. You can also trigger this here by just clicking this little speaker icon. But close that, make the advanced bigger. And now you see this red. This is our drum. So now I have it at this C2. If I click it, it turns off, and I can move it to B or B flat, like that. So I can change it to whatever I want. I can even have it on all three. So now C, B, and B flat. Actually, that was the wrong notes, but you get the idea. So all three can trigger this bass drum if you want. So if you want to remap it, that's how you can do it. And the same thing if you're like, where is this, hand clap? What note is it on? And it's like, oh, okay, it's up here. Or is it? Yeah. Maybe is my hand clap? I have my hand clap here. This is set to sticks, so that's why it doesn't sound like a hand clap. Sorry, that's probably a little bit confusing. I'll try pedal hi-hat instead. So you get the idea. That's how you do it. That's fairly quick and easy, I'd say, to change all that kind of stuff around. So you can mess around with the other stuff in advanced here. There's lots of different parameters and things you can do. You can change the pitch and all sorts of stuff in there. But that's how you do it. Another thing you might be asking is, okay, we have tambourine in here that loads up automatically. Find it in here. There's our tambourine sound. But you might be thinking like, okay, tambourine's fine, but I want some other percussion. Let's say I want like bongos or something else. You can go in here and just click this and add whatever you want, bongos, congas, claves. You have all sorts of things in here. But if you have like, let's say multiple congas or multiple bongos and you think like, I don't want to add all these just one by one, it'll take forever. What you can do is use load and join, and then you can take one of these components. So let's see here. This will load everything together, so I can load, not just one tom, but like a group of toms together. I can load, let's say, bongos together. So I want to load just lots of different bongos or congas or anything in there together. I think even here, if I go to percussion, these are just groups of different types of percussion. So let's see here. I don't even know which one I should do. Let's try percussion 1. And that should give us lots of different types of percussion in here. So this is what I had before, and it also gave me cowbell low, cowbell high, wood block, jam block, clave, bell 1, bell 2, chimes large, chimes small. I got other shakers. I have another tambourine, etc. I might need to get rid of my first tambourine, actually. So let's see. First tambourine sounds like this. Second tambourine sounds like this. There might be a conflict if there's two different tambourines or play both of them at the same time. So I can just go here and get rid of this. Don't really need the hi-hat or high block. I don't know. Wood block, shakers. Have all that already. Make sure there's no other. Yeah, I don't think there's any other conflicts. Have two tambourines. So now I have everything loaded up that I want. As again, if you don't know like where is tambourine 2, what note is it on? You can go in here and you can look at the bottom and see. Ooh, not like that. That's too big. Look at the bottom and see which note my tambourine 2 is on. So hopefully that gave you a good idea how to do that. I'm going to go in here in the rhythm editor. This is all my drums. These are just basic drum beats like this. If I right click here, I can insert a track and I can insert like a tambourine here. So if I wanted to just write in my own tambourine parts, move the velocity up like this. Not a good tambourine part, but you get the idea. That's one way to do it. But if you think like, I don't want to mess with these beats, and sometimes I want the percussion to play, and sometimes I don't. What I prefer to do is move to a different channel. So you see here, this is channel 1. Let's move to channel 2. And channel 2, I can just put percussion or whatever I want on here, and it won't affect channel 1 at all. And I can just play them both at the same time. So let's load something in here. So there's already some kind of pre-made loops in here, and it can fill everything in here for us, which saves us lots of time. Let's go in here, 2, 3, rumba, clave. Okay, click OK. Boom. So now you see I have some beats, I have some breaks in here, and I have some long breaks in here. So let's look at the beat. Let's just listen to it. Okay. So we have that, but like, okay, well, I want both of these to play at the same time. What I want to do is in my song, I'll go here, I'll just insert a MIDI item. And here, since it's in drum set mode, it'll show you this, exactly what these drums do. But I probably don't really want that for this, so I'm going to go back, I'm going to turn drum pad mode off, and let's load in one of these rhythms here. So first, I'll just add this, and we'll go to beat. So, and if I play this, okay. But I also want to add in those percussive rhythms that are on channel 2. And you think, okay, how do I do that? All you have to do is add in one of these notes in the MIDI and make sure that the note is on channel 2. So this will be slightly different in each DAW, but I can just, let's say, click here. And I'm going to right click on this, and where it says note channel, make sure it's channel 2. And this will depend on your DAW how you change the different note. But let's play it back, and you should hear the drums play until bar 3, and then afterwards the drums will continue, but it'll also add our percussion part like this. Like that. And if I want to shut one of them off, for example, I could go, let's say here where it's disabled. And so bar 5, I want to stop, which one? Let's stop the drums and just leave the percussion. So now bar 5, the percussion will stop, or sorry, the drums will stop and the percussion will keep going like this. And if I wanted to do the same thing with percussion, I just put another note here and make sure it's on channel 2. So that's how you can control that, by using the different channels. And I just use channel 1 and 2, but there's lots of channels you have here, so you can do the exact same thing on the other channels as well. Something else I should say is the rhythm generation. So I just used a generic like drum beat here, but if I wanted to create my own, for example, I could go in here and create my own drum beat like this. So I have that, and I could just generate all. Boom. I think probably showed this in previous videos. And now I have that same drum beat with all the variations in there, like this. Okay. And I can do something similar with rhythm 2. So I don't want all these snare drums and bass drums in rhythm 2, but I can go into here in percussion and play something. And I actually need something in here, so let's change this to a tambourine and just put this on 2 and 4 like this. Maybe add a little bit of syncopation here like this. Now I can generate this, but keep in mind here that you're gonna get some weird breaks and things. So go into settings and make sure that your breaks aren't on this pop rock here. You might want them on the percussion settings. So bongos, congas, etc. I'll just put it everywhere there. And let's see, long ones. Do I have? I'll use congas. And you can do the same thing for this, the intro and the outro, but I don't know if you really. For this, since I'm not using that, I'm just not going to worry about it. I click generate all. Boom. I look at my rhythm editor. Here are my drums on channel 1. Channel 2, these are my beats with my tambourine and wood blocks like this. Now, sometimes these breaks, they still come out a little bit weird because it's maybe using congas or something. Like, okay, here's a break with congas. Yeah, here I don't even have congas in here. So if you notice that, like, hey, I don't have congas, nothing's coming out, we can do the same thing, load and join, and we'll just add congas. Boom. Now I have congas in here. Now I should be able to play some of those breaks like this. And if you notice that maybe some of your breaks, you don't like how some of this sounds because you're like, I don't really want congas in there. An easy way you can kind of change this is just by changing the sound here, change track type to tambourine. And I could change this other one to tambourine also, but another thing I could do is just take this and drag it up. Ooh, not too much though, like this. So that way I'm not, getting the other sound congas. I can just do everything with tambourines. Something else you can do, like this might be too in-depth and you think, I just want something really easy. Can you help me out with that? I'll show you how to do that. Let's clear this. And you can just easily type in or edit in your own sound here. So I could do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, like this for my tambourine sound. And that's easy enough. I could do something similar. I think I need to be in drum pad mode. And remember, which one is my tambourine? F sharp. There we go. Go back in the rhythm editor, and I can just record something. That playback. Really bad rhythm, so I'll just, quantize it. That's another way you can do it. And a final way is generating it. So this will just kind of take some pre-existing loops and kind of combine them together to create something new that you can use. So if I had that, let's try Latin congas. I'll generate here, boom, and it shows us a Latin conga rhythm that is just kind of like an amalgamation or a random mashup of various different Latin conga rhythms. I can play this. If we don't like that sound, like I don't want to use congas for that, but I like the rhythm, I can just change this to shakers. I can change them both to shakers, and now play it. So you see, by changing the different instruments here, it's really fast and easy to get lots of different variations, and you can kind of get whatever you want. So I just showed one variation here, but if you keep clicking generate, you can get lots of different variations like this. There. Let me play this. And so there you go. And of course, you can do it for all of these different keys here, etc. You can do the same thing for the breaks if you want, etc. And you can even use other things here. So this is just using the breaks inside of the templates, but you can make your own templates if you want, you feel that's better. So you see here, I showed in previous videos how to write and then save your own things. Like I had Chandler Trap here. So you see this is generating different patterns with hi-hats here. Instead of trap music, I could do jazz. And doing that, you can get all sorts of variations. So this makes it easy and fast to generate your own patterns based upon a few variations. And if you don't want to write this yourself in here, you can even import the MIDI using the import MIDI function. So you can get loops from wherever on the internet, and you can create all sorts of variations on them. So hopefully that answered any and all questions you had on percussion. I know this kind of took a long time, but hopefully this was exhaustive, and hopefully you don't have any more questions. But if you do, leave those down below. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, and be sure to check out all the other plugins at melderproduction.com. Till next time, see you.